Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of today, Sunday, August 23rd, through Saturday to come, August 29th. We're going to get right into it with the dice, beginning with email, party, and weekend away. Spirit says, try again. Dirty movie. And 29. Those of you who saw the general reading know that about 29, I said that August 29th was the feast day of St. John the Baptist, who of course was a martyr. And I talked about being careful about martyrdom and finding a balance this week and maybe on or around that day. And the fact, of course, that 29 equals 11. There was things about partnership happening on the 25th. Speaking of partnership, also, most specifically for the signs of Gemini, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn. The 25th is the quarter moon, 2 degrees Sagittarius. For Geminis, that's our 7th house of relationships and partnership. And Sagittarius is our mirror sign. And then I mentioned the other signs, Capricorn and Scorpio, because they are located in the same place as Sagittarius is ruler currently, and that's in Capricorn. All three planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, are retrograde in Capricorn. So I think those three signs will be the most affected of it, and it showed up in the general reading. So that's 29. But 29 is about spiritual partnership. That's what the number represents. Try again is try again. And let me try again right now too. And the answer is yes. So there could be some sort of second time around, which did also come up in the general reading in the form of Major Arcana card Judgment, which can be about second times around in relationships, as well as other things. But this is the love reading now, so we're talking about in relationships, maybe a relationship that was failed in the past or didn't actually get to come together, or a couple that was separated by circumstance rather than falling out of love or something. A second opportunity coming around for them, and maybe even marriage proposal or some other commitment. And again, the answer is yes. And dirty movie is like sending each other pictures and videos, dating online, other kinds of communication involving technology like FaceTime, Skype, and WhatsApp, and all that kind of stuff. So we're beginning with the Four of Wands. Reverse Four of Wands is the Four of Wands, whether it's upright or in reverse. It's a card of partnership, particularly with regard to love, commitment, household, being happy, being content with your life, maybe cohabitation, some sort of commitment proposal, up to and of course including marriage. Behind it is the Four of Cups in reverse. This card in this position was actually the card that represented the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in the general reading. And in terms of love, it can be about moving on, like from the past, like deciding that now it's a time to let go of things that you were holding on to that were blocking you, especially like ghosts of past relationships and stuff. Just moving on, moving past that and towards something else, like counting your blessings, not crying over spilled milk, getting on with your life. Maybe you felt trapped, stuck, like you didn't have any options. Perhaps a Capricorn is specifically involved with Major Arcana card, the Devil, also showing up here. Maybe an air sign, like I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but especially Gemini and Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. I feel affected by the energy that I was discussing. This also could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or someone likened to those traits or attributes with the Queen of Pentacles. Strength with it in reverse means like not using your strength to the best of your ability, not living up to potential, not recognizing the power that you have and putting it toward your best efforts. Maybe allowing someone to steal that from you, or for you to steal from that yourself, but you being afraid to take risks or take a chance on yourself or a chance on love. You could be missing out potentially on opportunities, robbing yourself of joy, robbing yourself of an opportunity, or allowing somebody else to take it from you. That came up in the general reading too. As a matter of fact, the feminine ended up with 2 Seven of Swords cards. And I felt that it was about somebody having maybe like stolen her or taken her integrity or reputation, like destroyed it by speaking ill against her. This too is like the Strength card, Major Arcana card. The Magician in reverse is having all the tools and the wherewithal and the power and the ability, everything you need to manifest your dreams, but simply not doing it, not using it, not living up to your potential. We have the Moon in reverse also. So a lot of this reverse card energy, Moon in reverse can be about being like fooled between reality and illusion, confused about it, especially in love, having the potential to just pop off on your partner. So it's important to like think about what you say when you say it, if you don't want to, potentially mess up a relationship. Hierophant represents the energy of Taurus. Here in reverse, it's about breaking with tradition and just saying like to heck with that. I'm doing things my own way. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we also came across in the general reading. It's about a reversal of fortune. So where things were going well, maybe you end up in a downturn for a little bit. It's temporary. All the stuff is temporary. Where you were in a downturn, maybe things turning around for you abruptly. A break coming to an end. Maybe if a couple was on break, or if one person needed a break, needed space from the other, needed to recover from heartbreak or something like that. They're better now, ready to get up and go. So sort of like this, ready to, take on life again, take on love again. Something, boom, abrupt, right, brings this about. But it's not dire. This is the Tower in reverse. So, but it is something that alerts you, maybe some sort of aha moment or revelation. Something triggers a decision maybe that you're having to make, and you're realizing you need to make that decision based on what's in your heart and not on what somebody else would have you do. I mean, I could keep on going like this forever, but we're going to shuffle a couple of times now. First, opening to the Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, someone likened to those traits or attributes, making proposals, sweeping you off your feet, right? This is a card of love. And opening to the Page of Pentacles, this could be that Capricorn again, or perhaps a Virgo or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, maybe younger than you. Also, the Page of Pentacles, specifically as it relates to love, can be about if you're already in a relationship, it's sort of turned into a dud. It's lost its luster and you're kind of over it. If you decide you want to work on the relationship and fix it, it takes both people. It takes 29. It takes spiritual partnership. You both got to put the effort in, right? The Eight of Pentacles is about putting the work, doing the work, putting the effort in, and then reaping what you've sown. If one or more is not interested in doing that, then it's time for the relationship to come to an end. It's over. Then we have that Tower in reverse again. Maybe that's what that signifies. We decide, let's part ways. But it's not horrible, right? It's not dire because we decide that. So it's the end of a relationship, and that could be why it's showing up in the form of a tower. But at the same time, it's for the best. It's our choice. I don't know why I'm cutting in so many. I typically like to cut into sixes, especially for love reading, but whatever. We go with the flow. And now our overall energy is the Page of Swords, which is interesting. The Page of Swords crowned the masculine in the general reading and is one of the things that led me to the fact that something could be said, maybe particularly about the feminine, that is not cool, that has to be corrected. Page of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And behind that, we have the energy of Gemini as well. The Magician in reverse. So definitely could be tied to this Page of Swords if they are a Gemini especially. Let me get the stands and we'll pull a card for each element from this deck now that we've shuffled and everything. Okay, so for the fire signs this week in love, your card is the Nine of Swords. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's your card. For the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Seven of Swords. For the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Hangman in reverse. And lastly, for the water signs, but last but not least, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Eight of Cups in reverse. Again, our overall energy, Page of Swords, upright. And this is going to be quick because these cards really have a lot of the same meanings, like really specifically have the same meanings. Like, for example, the Nine of Swords, for you fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Seven of Swords for you earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. These cards are about anxiety, particularly the Nine of Swords, anxiety, distrust, either in yourself, lack of confidence, being afraid to take a risk in yourself, or distrust in your partner. Suspected lies, cheating, betrayal. Specifically with the Seven, maybe again, gossip or some sort of challenge to one's like integrity, reputation. Somebody that you trust, that you do trust, maybe you shouldn't, doing something behind your back. All of the cards I'm tying into the energy of 29, particularly August 29th, again, the feast day of the beheading of St. John the Baptist and martyrdom. And I think a lot of us have been martyrs in like bad relationships, like sacrificing ourselves for whatever reason, whether it's because we listened to somebody else and into what relationship they said that we should get into, or we listened to society at large. We did the traditional thing what we thought made sense, was right, and we're in a lot of relationships that suck, where we're not happy. The Hangman in reverse, similar to the card that the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, got in the general reading, which was the Four of Cups in reverse. Both are about letting go. Either letting go of your relationship, particularly a long-term relationship, you could be over it, just like the Page of Pentacles that we saw a few moments ago. That's what that card means too. The need to let go of that long-term relationship, or aspects of it. Not, giving up on this fantasy and dream version of it. If you're single, giving up on the idea of a particular type of relationship, may be what it is. Giving up on ever having a particular type of relationship with someone specific, like that you've been holding onto, and it just doesn't seem to be going that way, or going anyway for that matter. Giving up on the illusion. The Hangman represents the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is all about an illusion, particularly now when its ruler, Neptune, is located there in retrograde. And lastly, the Eight of Cups can also be about, especially a long-term committed relationship, wanting out of it. And I think a lot of these cases where we're wanting out, it is for the purposes of either being available to meet somebody new, our soulmate, somebody that we'd be happy with, that we could depend on as a lifelong partner, that we do trust and we do feel safe with, or to return to an ex, honestly. The Page of Swords, in addition to what we just saw, can again be about messages, information, also conflict. You can expect at least minor conflict, not, the end of the world, but arguments popping up with the Page of Swords. And a lot of the cases, I think it's because we're not happy. Now, in some cases, we're not happy, but we want to work on the existing relationship that we're in. Or we still want to continue to focus on the same person if we're single, or the same type of person if we're single. And that's going to require getting past the conflict that we're having with another, or getting past the fact that we ourselves are conflicted. Right? And we're going to have to find some sort of peace and stillness in order to think about it in a way that allows us to plan our next steps. right? And to realize our power and what we have to do to manifest what we like, what we want, what we desire. All right, so I'm going to go on to a spread from the perspective of the masculine using other decks. And those two I've shuffled already. And speaking of second time around, like the dice suggested, try again. We are beginning actually with Major Arcana card 20, Renewal or Judgment, which again represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio most directly. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. That could mean, again, letting go of some ideal or idea of a relationship or of an actual relationship that we've been holding on to that does not fit our life purpose. That's not a soulmate. That's not, divine partner. That's not your twin flame. But you've been in a relationship because that, this person looks good on paper. Or that's who, mama wanted you to be with. That's who she approved of. Or that's who your papa approved of. That's what society deems is best. I'm supposed to be straight. I shouldn't be bi. I shouldn't be gay. And, so whatever the case is, there's all kinds of different reasons. I belong with a white person. I belong with a black person. I belong, whatever. And this is about your heart telling you what to do instead of all of that. Judgment, again, is about second chances, second time around. It's also about abundance that is earned. So things turning out in a positive way. The sun, specifically with regard to love, can mean that we need some time apart. We need a break. We need space. But in general, is a card about shedding light on something, coming into clarity. Everything being illuminated so we can see more clearly what to do. The sun makes everything better, brighter. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness and prosperity and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. The sun represents the sign of Sagittarius. Nine of Wands. It's a card of empowerment. It says, like, even if you feel weary, exhausted, you still have some left in you and you can win this fight still. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Three of Wands, abundance, right? That you deserve. You're worthy. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. Look towards your future, not what you feel stuck in, trapped in, and not the past. This idea that you've been holding on to. That maybe doesn't serve your highest good. Queen of Earth. This could be that Capricorn energy again. But most directly represents the sign of Taurus as the fixed sign. Thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Could be Virgo too, of course, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. This is about finding balance in your life. Deciding what's best for you in an earthly sense. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. What do I choose? Consider a more playful approach. Two of Pentacles, specifically with regard to love, can be about meeting somebody, falling in love, like just being completely turned upside down, head over heels, swept off your feet. And the Six of Wands is a card of victory. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention, right? We talked about being deserving, being worthy when we saw the Three of Wands. This is about that. Deserving real love, genuine love, not a fake shell of a relationship that, looks nice from the outside. It connects the dots and paints the picture, but you're miserable, or the two of you are miserable, and you're not on path, right? You're a divine individual path. I'm going to stop here. I like stopping here because the next card is the Two of Swords in reverse. And the Two of Swords is a card that's specifically about needing to make a decision and just trying to avoid it, because you do know what you want to do in your heart. You do know what you're guided to do. You do know what you desire to do and with whom you desire to be and all that kind of stuff. But some outside influence is directing you otherwise. So in order to try to please both, or at least you do be a martyr. You sacrifice yourself to please the other person You don't make a decision at all. If I ignore it, maybe it'll go away. It doesn't go away, of course, especially if it's something that's or something or someone that's in your heart. This in reverse is indicative of you finally being able to make that decision and get beyond that and to choose yourself and to choose love and to not choose to be a martyr. So I'm going to mix these up in here. Okay, random. It's the Knight of Swords. This is another card that's indicative of a need to make a decision or a decision that we're awaiting. The Knight of Swords is intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. Behind the Knight of Swords is Major Arcana card 14, Balance, or Temperance, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. Again, Gemini, the mirror sign of Sagittarius. Also, or Sagittarius, the mirror sign of Gemini, is also rules Gemini's 7th house of partnership. So that's your closest one-on-one partnerships, your BFF, and of course your romantic partnerships. Maybe, your parents, your children, and your romantic partnerships. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. So temperance is about being made whole, moving beyond differences, figuring out a way to come together despite differences, collaboration, compromise, recovery, restoration. 4 of Pentacles for me with regard to love, letting go of something that does not work, letting go of being miserable and replacing it with being happy. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you're spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building up walls that keep people out. I think it's more about, again, letting go of that for happiness, for that thing we've prayed for, we've dreamed about, that we know we can have, that we can manifest, right? The star, which represents the sign of Aquarius, is all about manifestation. And of course, Aquarius on its own is all about freedom. So manifestation, how? Intention, focused intention, prayers being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So that's saying that 9 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, forget about those. Like, those are being replaced with positive, good energy, love, and victory for you. Moving forward, travel, cohabitation. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. Again, you are deserving. You are worthy. Chariot represents the sign of Cancer most directly. And the last upright card is the Ace of Pentacles. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. So overall energy, again, a decision that we need to make, or that we're awaiting, or both, so that we can take some sort of action and move on something. Representing the feminine. Very appropriate. The Queen of Wands, talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. She is an Aries, Leo, a Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And of course, the quintessential divine feminine of the tarot. Masculine as it relates to the feminine. The Knight of Pentacles, trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. A Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. And so this is sort of like a long time coming. It's slow and steady wins the race. We may want to pick it up. And this could be why the Chariot showed up too. A lot of stop and go, stop and go. But he gets there, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight of all of the four known for always reaching his goal, his destination. He's an earth sign. He's grounded. He's committed. He's dedicated to fulfilling what he set out to do. And so far we have 3 of the elements I talked about. Well, it's 3 of the elements, period. But Gemini, we have characters representing the signs I talked about. Gemini, Sagittarius, Capricorn. The masculine as it relates to himself this week in love. And there's the Scorpio, the Knight of Cups, romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. Y'all saw me shuffle, so I don't want to hear it. A deeply emotional and romantic, probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. The Knight of Cups is a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And in love is somebody who sweeps you off your feet. So maybe it's taken a long time, but this could be the week that he's ready. Also, Knight of Cups for me is about somebody returning to your life. So maybe the second time around energy with which we started. Something didn't pop off the first time, but it can now. Something didn't work out the first time, but it can now. We'll see. The masculine as it relates to the union or connection as a whole this week in love. And it is the Queen of Pentacles, thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. Again, possibly a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. So this is very positive. It's about nurturing the relationship, nurturing the union, the connection, giving it time, making yourself available if possible to maybe physically tend to it or energetically tend to it or both. Overall, the 7 of Cups, a decision again needing to be made. We got plenty of options, plenty of choices. What are we going to pick? What are we going to do? What path we're going to walk down? It's time to stop procrastinating and to make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. Who's the priority? What's the priority? Maybe you're the priority, your mate's the priority, your connection, your union is the priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart, like I said about the 2 of Swords. What the masculine would have the feminine, what energy he would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week. It is the Ace of Swords. So truth, honesty, loyalty, a new start, even though we've had some difficulties. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. What energy the masculine willing to give to the union or connection this week. And it is the Page of Swords. Logical, truthful, curious, and undiplomatic. Again, he was crowned by the Page of Swords in the general reading. And the Ace also came up in that reading. And I talked about, again, truth coming out, somebody's name being cleared, corrected. Maybe the masculine standing up for the feminine, defending her honor, something like that coming out this week. This is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. The Page, like the Knight, which is our overall energy, is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. What energy the universe would have each or both archetypes to give to the union or connection this week? Boom. the Two of Wands, which is, of course, the twin flame or divine union or soulmate card of the tarot, right? The Queen of Wands is half of this two equation, with the king being, her mate. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. So again, I think a lot of people want to walk away from existing relationships or from their singlehood and the ghosts that they've been holding on to, the pain they've been holding on to, betrayal from past relationships that sucked, and get to their soulmate, get to meeting them, get to reuniting with them, whatever the case is. And the outcome. Boom. Reason to celebrate. It's the Three of Cups, which is also a card for me of reunion and reconciliation. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. Also, if you get invited somewhere, like you have an opportunity to be social, I know it can be difficult, like, these days we have to also social distance and things like that. But if there's a way where you can connect with people, meet, maybe a social event, that may be where you meet Prince Charming. You see this Prince Charming, the frog? Or where you reconnect with, where or how you reconnect with him. I just looked up and we're at exactly 31 minutes and 13 seconds, 3113. So I'm going to take that as a sign and not go any further. Of course, 13s or 4s or 11 equal 11 11s or master number 22s, however you want to look at that. So I'm going to take it as a sign and end our reading there with just further advice to the masculine first. And your card is Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel, which again represents the sign of Sagittarius. I just felt the Sagittarius energy so strong this week. That I knew it meant something for us this week. And of course, Jupiter is the planet of karma and of luck. So he pays us for what we deserve and what we, that of which we're worthy. And also it's the planet of growth and expansion. So like, again, moving on to bigger and better things. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. And for the feminine, it's the Tower. Major Arcana card 16, the Tower. Important changes are coming to your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. And this can be about actual moving, again, or cohabitation. The Tower can sometimes be connected to an actual tower, a structure, a building, like a home, having something to do with that. Or a major revelation. Again, you're coming into information, or the sun is illuminating something for you. It's an aha moment. Something like that is happening. But I'm going to look for, I don't have to look. They're right here. I was going to say, I'm going to look for cards from the other deck, one for each archetype too, but they are next. So for the masculine, the Three of Wands, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. That's very Knight of Pentacles. That's going to work out. That's appropriate. And for the feminine, it's yet another Queen of Pentacles. We got one here and we got one here. Thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Hope that you guys have enjoyed the love reading for the week. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you don't mind sharing, go ahead and share. If you don't mind commenting, please do. If you have anything to ask me or anything that you just want to add, to the conversation, please do. I don't charge anybody for asking me questions. I'm happy to answer. I try to answer every single comment that I receive, or at least every single comment that YouTube shows me that I see. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. And if you're already a subscriber, this is another thing YouTube told me recently. They said out of my many subscribers, only like 1,000 are actually signed up properly with notifications. So that means most of you aren't. Please, if you don't mind, make sure that you have the bell button and the subscribe button both checked, so that you receive notifications. I'll be back soon. Namaste.